Great to have you with us. Good afternoon to you. So what is the next move here between Arizona and the federal government on this fight?
Good to see you, Martha, and thank you for having me. Arizona is going to file a lawsuit against the Biden administration, against this federal overreach and continued bullying and attacks on our state. We are going to use the dollars that Congress has appropriated to catch our kids up in school. And we want the dollars to go to the families that need to get their child inside a classroom that is functioning with the teacher in front. Joe Biden needs to focus on the border or helping Ukraine or fixing Afghanistan. Why doesn't he stay in his federal lane and let us educate the children in the state of Arizona?
You know what I find fascinating about this, Governor, and I know you want those dollars to be portable so parents can say, well, this school's open and this is what their rules are and that's where I want my child to go. But what I find fascinating about this is the $182 billion that went to school systems across the country, and they were supposed to use it for testing and mitigation and all of these things. And it doesn't feel like, and then President Biden said, well, you know what, we weren't too happy with what's happened to some of the money, but once we give it to them, it's their money to spend the way they want. So why is it that the only place where it seems like they're actually watching where the money goes, and now they're trying to, smack your hand over it, is Arizona?
There's been no accountability to the unions for the amount of money that they've been given. But yes, they continue to focus on Arizona. And for some reason, this president is obsessed with masks and with mandates. And he has a very little focus on math or reading or writing. Those are the things we're trying to get our kids caught up with, along with American civics, so they can truly understand federalism. This president needs a lesson in it.
This is the issue that I have been really focused on, because I don't understand why the Department of Education's #1 priority isn't catching these kids up, because they're all over a year, months behind in some cases and perhaps as much as a year in others. So are you going to have summer school, or are you going to have longer school days? What's the plan to try to actually make sure that your kids are where they need to be so they don't get anxiety over all this?
What I believe the Department of Education's #1 priority is trying to please these government unions. If you look at their decision making and the lack of accountability, that's what you see. But I want you to know, in Arizona, we are going to have a summer camp. We're going to launch it in the June, July, August timeframe, and the focus is going to be catching our kids up. We want to lead the nation in eliminating learning loss, and we're going to focus on math, reading, and American civics with quality teachers inside flexible settings to accommodate our families across the state, because the last couple of years have been tough on our kids, and especially our kids of color, our kids in poor and low-income areas. The pandemic has not been good for them. Distance learning has not been good for them. In Arizona, we're getting them back in a classroom with a teacher at the head of the classroom, and if a school system will not work with us, we're giving families flexible dollars so they can find a school anywhere in the state that will serve their child well.
Well, you know what? I think what you're doing is fascinating, and we're going to follow the progress in Arizona and see how these children do, in the coming years, and whether or not they're more caught up in Arizona than they are in other places because of what you're doing to give people choice and also some extra schooling to catch up over the summer. Nobody likes to go to school in the summer, but you're giving them a gift to get caught up, which I think is going to relieve a lot of anxiety that these kids have over slipping behind as well. Governor Ducey, thank you. Very good to talk to you today.
Thank you, Martha.
We'll be watching that program closely.